What's up, coaches? Just wanted to walk you guys through the report sheet that I had made, which is an awesome way to show each athlete and even their coaches what kind of progress that they've made for as long as 8 sessions. So we can go back to 8 testing sessions, and it's a one-page report. It's really clean. It has their name at the top. It has the name, in which you could change that if you'd like. All of this can be changed, but I think the purpose of sharing this with you all is that you could use this as a pretty solid template. And so uh, everything is linked to some of these other tabs. So even this logo, I guess I'll just start there real quick. Over here in this other tab where it lists athletes and their pictures, and another list tab that has some named ranges of dates and the logo and program score and things like that. If you change that yourself, it should, assume that the formula is accurate, and nothing's perfect. So if you have any issues, let me know. But it should change it all here in the report card. I'm calling it a report card. I think it's just a kind of universal language that the kids will understand, because that's exactly what it is. Just a one-page report outlining their progress, where they rank amongst their peers, according to all 14 assessments that we did. But it's really educational for students to realize where they're on track, according to meet their goals. And so again, it can cover as many as 8 data points in order to keep it clean. 8 of the most recent ones, or you could even pick, 8 across a 4-year span. I just chose 8 across a 2-year span. And it's got their body weights, their score here, a trend of their body weight, little graph there. This is a percentage of how much improvement they've made since the last testing session. We've got over here on the right a categorized look at all 14 assessments, in which they're kind of broken down based on types of strength and things like power and impulse, speed and elasticity. Again, these are tests that we like and we do. Even on the bottom right, you've got what sports they played, what level that they played those sports. That's also automated in some of these other tabs once you enter the data in. And this is kind of designed for students and coaches to fill in if there's some specific goals that you would want to write in or type in after you printed it out or made a PDF or shared it otherwise. This is a little box showing the most recent mobility scores of all 8 mobility assessments that we do. And then, a little banner at the bottom to, send some sort of message that kind of brands your school. Here on the left-hand side, you've got a drop-down menu of all the athletes. I've only included one of each, just so you can get a sample at least. And I did get permission from these athletes to share. It's obvious that male and female would be split because the standards are different, so that's why I wanted to include at least data from each. And the last thing I think I need to say on this is with regard to percentiles. So this little percentiles is pertain to each of the assessments, and I only included 2 athletes' data pools, so it's only going to rank it against themselves. So that's why it's the same percentile every time. But as you add more data, it's going to generate this percentile automatically. We also have a multi-male, multi-female kind of report feature. This is useful for sending an email to your baseball coach or your football coach of all the athletes that he would be interested in. You can just drop their names in here. And as soon as you drop their names in here, it generates reports for them, as many as 45 athletes in one sheet. Well, not one sheet, but ends up being 3 per page in a landscape print. Which is what, around 12. No, I can't count. Around 15. 15 pages if you have 45 athletes. There's some other tabs for you guys to be aware of. Things like adding the athletes' names and the rosters here, as well as their pictures. You can just drop the picture right into Google Sheets or insert a URL link to the picture. And then this, lastly, is the database of where you drop everything in. From wherever it is that you store your data. Name, date, body weight, all the tests, gender is important, and then this is the kind of the lookup tag that combines the name and the date for the data to be calculated. That's just a quick video. If you have questions, holler at me, and I'll be glad to help. Enjoy.